All right, so last time in Treasure Hunters of Kormin, we entered this dwarven bunker that was still manned by what seems to be one crazy-ass dwarf who built traps inside of it to lure travelers and treasure seekers inside to kill them. Probably for food and whatever treasure they also have been carrying this entire time with them. Now, how much gold and treasure he actually kept for himself is still unknown. However, when we finished the game, it turns out he kept somebody alive for whatever reasons and planned on killing her through feeding her to 4 zombies. Our now supposed heroes have saved her life after defeating the 4 zombies and are now standing in the room sorting through the treasure.
I just realized we never split the treasure up last week.
Somebody put it down on a list, right?
Yeah, that was last week's game.
I got a list.
Yeah.
Oh. Beto, the list.
So
anything good other than gold?
There it is. I don't think I missed anything.
Where's
And what was artifacts again?
The dwarven artifacts are just artifacts that potentially can sell for a lot.
Oh.
They're basically just cultural finds.
Basically, we're gonna get robbed for them.
Can they be like a pickaxe that destroys a block of stone with one hit?
No, they're not magical.
Yeah, it's called
They're
the
really fine.
pick.
No, that's a really good pickaxe, though.
No, one's just a really strong vase, and one of them is just a stone portrait of some dwarven noble lord.
He looks too tall.
Well, the stone thing mostly encompasses the envisioning of his beard, not his face. So the picture I put up there, that's what the woman that you found looks like. She's pretty much been stripped of almost everything off of her body and was left in that room to die, essentially. Of course, there's the treasure, which has the gold and the platinum pieces. And just as a reminder to everyone, there is still a crazy dwarf, and you still haven't explored the bulk of this bunker yet. There's still rooms you haven't explored.
First thing I want to do is pick up as many bolts that aren't broken from these zombies.
Do you remember how many you shot?
I didn't keep track. I reckon about 6. I reckon I had about 6 shots.
Roll me a d6.
Oh, you're kidding. 5 of them broke.
I was actually gonna say that's how many you recover.
Yeah, I rolled like a 1, so I recovered 1.
Oh, okay. So yeah, every shot you took would have been very lethal to most people. You kept shooting them in the bones, and the bones are pretty much cracked and destroyed completely. But because of that, they're pretty much they snapped in half. The only one that really survived was the one that went through the head from your critical hit and kind of flew through and was slowed enough to just kind of land on the ground and not smash against the wall.
If it's cool, can I take like some time to recover like at least the arrowheads? Just like snap off the remaining wood and just like.
Bolts don't have arrow tips like arrows do.
They don't have metal at the end. Or iron or anything.
If they do, it's just like it's not likely. But if they did, it would just be part of the wood.
Okay, that's fair enough.
So you break those off and you keep them because you're not sure when you'll ever come across any metal out here.
Yeah, that's my thought. Cool.
And as a local, you're not really sure when you'll come across wood, though you do know that outside of wood you can use bones to replace the shafts.
Now,
no.
can I just? I have a question. Can I just start casting mending on everyone's arrows that they shot and just repair them?
Yeah, that would repair them. It'd take a decent amount of time, but you could do it. Because I believe it's 1 minute per casting.
Would it, I mean, that's 5 minutes, right? That's
spend 5 minutes. Start spending some time on Gino's arrows too.
Thanks, buddy.
We're all just sitting there, I'm just holding 2 pieces of arrow between my hands, and ta-da!
Should I roll to see if I find or recover what I shot, or did he just do that for the party?
I'm just gonna do that for the party.
Okay.
Well, you can roll to see what arrows yours survived.
Yeah, make it easier, so I don't spend an hour on everyone's arrows.
All right, I'm rolling.
Let me grab my physical dice. I set them aside. I'll be right back.
I'm going to limb here and assuming that everyone shot around 6.
Let's go on a limb and say yes.
Unless you kept track of how many arrows you shot, then...
I mean, I have, but I mean, 6 sounds good. I recovered 5, so you only have to do 1 minute for me. Oh.
Yeah. For the most part, your arrows are fine. They're just a little yucked up from going through zombie flesh.
So does that add like a disease bonus or something onto it? I mean, no.
No.
Can we spread the zombie disease? Oh, can we get zombie arrows?
No.
Because that would be taking over the town much easier.
Yeah.
Yeah. Turn them all into zombies, and you fought 4 of them, and they didn't exactly go so well.
So, how do I determine what I save? I think I shot 2. Looking at my sheet.
Just roll D4
and hope.
Yeah, just roll D4. 1 and 2 1. So you only lost 1 arrow.
Okay.
You could have just flipped the quarter. I just thought about it. No, that way you would lose 1. Never mind.
You lose 1 either way.
Joke's on you. All right, so how are these zombies looking?
Tasty.
Actually, I'm kind of curious. Like, when you're doing this magic, is this chick watching us?
I mean, I would do it during our break. I'm not doing it now. I'm just waiting because we're still talking about it.
So
I just brought up the idea that that's what I'm going to do later.
Yeah, just might want to be careful about the magic around the, I guess, local.
I will.
Or adventurer.
Are you saying that in character or out of character?
I mean, it's like, it's one of those kind of like sidebars. Hey, before you do that, because I see him like messing with the arrows, I'm like, make sure you kind of go off to the side. So yes.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, she's just standing. She's not standing at the entrance anymore. She's kind of sitting in the middle of the room because it puts you in between. That puts her in between all of you, and she's completely unarmored and is at this point defenseless.
I just put it in my sack.
So you're saying we should kill her? No.
Going back to the zombie bodies, the 2 are looking fairly okay. They're damaged bodies, so they still look pretty full and dwarvish, though they aren't animating at all. So they're definitely dead.
Now, how are they? How they're like clothes is what I was asking. It was like, are they
clothes
or are they just naked dwarves with pants on?
Their clothes are worn out. Definitely rotting. You could probably scrape something off of it and maybe get some small fabrics off of it, maybe some cloths, or handkerchiefs or whatever you prefer.
Okay.
Though they are wearing metal armor, it's deteriorated to the point where you would just be scraping together pieces of splint. You could make a set of armor out of it.
I'm going to scavenge as much metal as I can and cloth as I can. What can I roll for that? Or can I just have scraps and just label it as scraps?
Do you have any crafting skills?
I have a tinker box, and it's what I've been crafting with, tinkering with.
Then you can roll a tinker tools with your intelligence.
How smart am I? No, shit. 21.
Yeah, you definitely managed to scrounge up all the obvious pieces, but with your tool set, you managed to spot some extra pieces that are kind of woven into the fabric, and you managed to pull those out as well. So you pretty much, if you knew a crafter who could make it, you would assume that he would just pay you for the labor.
All right. I should have been a crafter instead of a storyteller.
So you have this potentially full set of splint armor.
Neat. Anything in their pockets?
No. You can just by looking at their clothes, if they had items on them, like they were taken.
Any emblems?
Just on their armor, as you're from pulling off their armor pieces, you can tell that they were wearing the Kormin. You're not local to Kormin, so they have a symbol on them that just looks like a hammer hitting an anvil. Kind of looks like Moradin symbol if you were to look at it that way.
Okay.
But it's missing obviously Moradin's face and the sparks that come off it. It just looks like a hammer resting on an anvil instead of smashing against it.
All right. So I'm just going to be doing all of this when someone else can do stuff.
I'll say that takes about 20 minutes. 10 minutes for the arrows and the bolts, and 10 minutes to investigate and scavenge. What are the rest of you doing?
Can I? So I would like. I don't imagine my part takes too long. So I would like go up to that door that you like fled out of and sort of like have a peek, and then I'd turn around to Roach and sort of whistle at him and say,
So there's only one way into this place, and
"Oh,
it is a portcullis, but it is open. He didn't close it behind you.
I swear we saw him run away." Like,
You didn't see him run away.
Yeah, he got a.
I just told you that out of character that he slipped past you without you noticing.
oh, sorry, I imagined it like he went out another door.
No, when you guys entered the room and you guys saw the zombies and you were caught off, and even I think one of you rolled a 21, and even you were kind of observing the zombies and what they were doing, and you were so caught up in the moment that he took that opportunity to slip out.
Okay, either
You
way,
almost got him though.
I'd look out like the back, like the door that we left open, and whistle to Roach, sort of whistle him over and say, "We're gonna kill this guy." And he sort of like holds his side where he's like being like sliced.
I mean, I'm probably good to go another round with him. I'd like to see him dead, but I don't know if he has got any more of these guys. He sort of like kicks one of the zombies' body parts.
The one you're standing there is pretty mutilated, but it's you just kind of kick it, and you leave a print inside his squishy skin.
Yeah. But if he does get more of those guys, we probably should At least find out.
I mean, we'd be doing a public service.
Yeah.
And he sort of smiles.
Yeah. Yeah. Roach is just cleaning all the gunk off his halberd and now his shoe.
Yeah, it's just think you're the way it's gross because it feels like you take like wiping off jelly from your halberd, and you know it's blood and skin. It just feels gross.
As he's just cleaning most of it off.
Okay. So, anyone doing anything for the next 20 minutes?
I guess I'll talk to the girl then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She's standing there. She's her posture would suggest she's quite conservative at the moment. Her arms are kind of tucked in front of her.
I'm just like, so how'd you get here?
Well, the same way that you did. Probably the front door.
Except I didn't end up the way you did.
Yeah, that's true.
So
My
what
friends fell for every trick that he had, and they ended up dying. And I was too afraid to go back through the traps because I thought they might re-trigger or re-trap somehow. And he ended up catching me.
So then I kind of give her like a sympathetic look, and then I go, I guess introductions are in order, and I kind of just point at each of us and name each other.
All right. She says, "My name is Sasha, and my party called me the Sand Whisperer."
That's interesting. I assume it's some kind of ability.
I have just some people call it luck, but I just have a really good ability to track in the sands. Pretty good at hunting, pretty good at keeping people out of trouble. And I'm very talented at finding food and water even in the desert.
I can see that being useful for sure.
Yeah, well, at least we won't starve on the way back.
I mean, we aren't in the desert though.
Well, as you know, and probably that the dwarves obviously kept a lot of hidden places in the walls as part of a defense for Kormin. I'm able to find at least a lot of the spots. Their bunkers and their other storage facilities may be good for building traps, but not so good for holding water. After the destruction, of course, the places have a tendency to leak water out of their bases, and I can usually track those to these little storage facilities where they store water and food and other things.
Great. So I guess I mean, up to you. Do you want to come with us, or I think after we get this little asshole, you can head off on your own way if you'd like.
She says, "I don't really have much of a choice." And she kind of just gestures to her whole body. She says, "I'm not exactly equipped to deal with anything right now."
Point taken. I kind of feel a little guilty, so I just pass her a dagger. At least it's something.
She catches it, and you notice when she does so, she looks pretty strong actually. Like a lot of her, like when she grips it, a lot of her muscles kind of flex, and you can see that she looks pretty strong. Did you switch? Did you end up switching your dex and strength?
No. You said I couldn't.
Well, I said, oh yeah. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't really matter. It's only 1 point.
She looks to be only a little weaker than you.
Interesting. I guess I'm. What was it? Can I like roll insight against I guess the proving her veracity or seeing how sincere she looks. I guess.
Sure. Roll me an insight. I'll give you a lot more than that if you roll well enough.
I'm rolling. It is a 17.
Right. So as you know, she looks pretty physically fit. She looks fairly strong and agile, though not as agile as you are. A little stronger than the average person, and although she seems to be very aware of her surroundings, it doesn't have that keen look of intelligence. Like she looks a little dull, though. Of course, she carries herself with a bit more a lot more confidence than most people, and she's quite charming to talk to. You feel at ease talking to her. You can tell by the way she holds her other hand that she might be able to use 2 weapons pretty well. Again, as for her current, like how you sense that she feels about her current situation, of course she's a little conservative, being essentially defenseless. Will do that to anyone in such a hostile environment. You feel like her conversation with her went pretty well. She seems to be interested, at least following you.
That's no. See, me knowing that I wasn't socially awkward was the real point of this role here. I really appreciate you. No.
Yeah, she seems to be getting along with you just fine. She's definitely not hostile to you, if that's what you're thinking.
Joke's on you. I'm sweating profusely.
Sorry for him. And I just like shake my head.
Yeah, he gives you back your arrows and they're all strangely really damp.
Oh man.
So I wanted to leave behind the door we came in through. I want to work on the arrows and then take a look around the previous room, the lab thing, while I was waiting to chime in.
The previous room
Mm-hmm.
is really far back.
Just the hallway then. I'll be in the hallway just making the arrows because I don't want her to know about it. And after a while, I'll just come back in and talk and just start handing people the arrows.
He just sometimes needs to be alone.
I need my quiet time. I need to think. The voices are really loud. Don't worry, they like you.
You're not screaming at all times.
Okay, so everyone just sees him head outside into the hallway. He goes around the corner, and there's a zigzag in the hallway, but you can still kind of hear him, even though you can't see him.
Oh, no.
You could just make regular prayers to your God.
Freaking possessed.
He just does that.
I thieves cat at the air.
I'm not sure what god he does pray to, but it's not one that I want to know about.
Play to the old gods.
Funnily enough, are not gods. Wow.
Shh, they are gods to me.
Today on what was that? Cosmopolitan. 10 reasons why.
So the two of you are at the entrance of this room. There's of course the portcullis as a gateway, but it's wide open. It's not closed. And Martin, you're standing with Sasha, and you're kind of just mildly conversing with her. Anything you guys want to do while he's still mending?
Yeah, before I forget, I'm gonna go get my javelin that I used to break down the first door with.
That's really far away.
Is it?
I'll
It's
go with him if it's that far away.
Yeah,
if it's
it's
that far
like
away, I guess 20 minutes would be 20 minutes well spent.
okay. So, well, you know, you ran a long way to get here.
Hmm.
I would say it's about 300 feet, and you don't know what kind of traps that psychopath is waiting for you this time around.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he probably set everything back off again.
Yeah, I'll take a slow stroll down there and see if anything's going on.
A guillotine chops you in half. No, I'm playing.
I mean, if it's like a dangerous, we knew what we were doing coming down here, so I would just go with him in case anything happens. It also gets me away from everyone else.
Okay, so does
Buddy
anyone
system.
else want to follow them, or do they just want to stay in the room with the zombies?
I'll go with him.
Well, after my conversation,
My bodyguards.
I'll go down.
Okay, so you guys start leaving, and there's some arrows that haven't been mended, but I'll say you had about 4 minutes doing so. So
I mean,
4
I'm mending
arrows
them
are
as I'm
fixed.
going to get his javelin thing.
Oh yeah. So does anyone want to hang back with Sasha to keep her unawares of the magic that's going on, or?
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, no, while I'm talking with her for a bit, I let them get ahead, and then gradually, eventually, I'll catch up.
Okay.
Guys,
So
we're just getting a javelin and coming back.
well, now you guys are kind of moving out, and
It's the only exit. We need to go that direction anyway.
so you get to the first door on the right, and you know this is where you came in. This is on the opposite side of the door. You remember that's where your javelin is. It's closed though, so it appears that the dwarf closed the door there.
Who needs a javelin anyway? We should go back. As I mend another arrow.
Yeah, and I'll slowly open the door.
Okay. You peering in, or you just opening it?
I'm just opening it.
Okay, you're opening the door, and it creaks creaks as you are kind of just waiting for something to happen. But as you open it fully, you don't see anything through it.
By anything through it, do you mean like the hallway's gone, or?
As in, there's nothing in the hallway.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Just your javelin laying on the floor.
Yeah, and I'll go over and I'll kick it to make sure it's not like
A mimic.
yeah no like
Mimic
it's not attached to a trip wire or something, and then I'll pick it up.
Yeah, you nudge it, you look around, and you squint and look and search, and there's nothing happens. You don't hear any noises.
Then yeah, I'll reclaim my javelin.
Do we hear the pitter patter of tiny dwarf feet? Massive dwarf feet?
Not yet.
I like not yet. We should carry on going. We haven't been down this way, right? This is like unexplored territory.
So to the left is the door that you guys came through, which had the pit trap in it.
Yep.
That door is closed though. And then it goes straight ahead, and it looks like there's a room straight ahead of you, as well. It opens up to other areas.
So, just to be clear, are there doors that we left open that are now closed?
Yeah, it seems that the dwarf closed the doors. Perhaps it's just a thing that he does.
Like more than one door we closed?
Yeah, he's closed them all.
Okay, that's where I was going.
So it was this door, and then the door on the left, he closed them.
I would look to Sasha and say, have you been anywhere else in this maze?
She says, not really. We went into a doorway, and my friends went inside, and they got shot up by a bunch of arrows. Well, not arrows, bullets. And when they died, I stepped back, and I didn't know where to go because I knew that there was those bars that squished my other friend against the wall, and so I didn't know if that reset. And then, of course, I didn't want to go ahead by myself because I didn't know what else was ahead of me. I tried to fight him one-on-one, but he got the jump on me, and, well, you know what happened.
He sort of he just looks away and looks to like the three options I guess we have. Yeah, I'm waiting for someone else to sort of pick a direction, to be honest. So,
Democracy.
absolutely.
How's everybody feel?
You know, wet.
Reels before fields here.
Maybe back the way we came in the first place.
You're
So we
already
at
there.
least- I meant like a little further back, so that way we at least know how to get out. Unless we
Dude,
go
our
further
camels!
back.
Are we giving up?
Yeah, I know. I've been thinking about that, but everybody gave me such a hard time last time, worried about my poor animals, that I haven't said anything. But yes, I mean, of course I'm concerned about them.
I do wonder actually if we just like go back the way we came and try and leave, like with his shit, he'll most likely try and ambush us anyway.
So what you're
He
saying is
he doesn't
plan
want us
I had
to-
last week. Well,
But
draw him out is what we're gonna do this week.
but
No,
do we
that
have
is-
all of his stuff?
That is my plan, Paul. That I made that up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, see, Paul, your plan didn't include any of his stuff.
Ah, right. Sorry. Makes sense. Makes sense.
New plan.
New plan. Let's do it.
Yeah,
So-
I guess
But
so.
but again, do we have all of his stuff?
I
Well,
mean, I'm just.
no, because he. But we got some of his stuff.
I'm gonna take a stool as we go back.
So you're
mean-
heading all the way back to the entrance.
Yeah,
Just
we're
a quick
leaving.
one,
I'll take a stool.
Alex, I'm assuming like that little horde we got, like that's not bad going, right? In this world,
They have 3 zeros.
there's
the
a
what?
few zeros on the end. The horde with the loot that we got, that's not a bad score, right? I mean, in this,
That's not a bad haul.
With
But
50 plat, yeah.
though, just to tell you right now, you know that gold and platinum don't really have much trade value in Kormin, because you know that too many people are just trying to survive in order to worry about currency. So it mostly boils down to bartering. Though, if you were to take this gold and head out north to the dwarves or out west to the elves, you know that you would be pretty much set for life.
Yeah, and the artifacts, like people still like shiny things.
All
Like
right.
there are still noble families that like shiny shit.
Yeah, the dwarves pretty much would pay you to collect them back.
All right, that's it, folks. We do that. We're done.
All right,
Good
2
game,
sessions.
guys.
Great game.
2 sessions. Good work. No, play.
So, yeah, you guys start heading back. You open the door on the left, and there is the pit trap. It's open still. You guys jump over it, and you head up. You head back the way you came from, and following the kind of tedious hallway that causes you to go up and north and south, and back up north again. And you get to the room where he apparently dismembered all of those other creatures.
I take his stool.
You pick up his stool. Roll me a perception check.
Hold on. I'm gonna guess it's a +3, so I'm just gonna say 16.
Okay.
I want to be sure. Yeah, 16.
So you pick up his stool, and you actually see the dwarf looking through the lever mechanisms
Son
near
of a
his stool,
bitch.
and when he realizes you see him, he says, "You never getting out of here alive, boy. I'm gonna squish you."
But
Can
I
I
have your
pull-
stool.
Can I pull the lever? Like, isn't
Yeah, the
he
lever's on
the-
our side.
Yeah,
I don't know why he
yeah.
said he's gonna squish us. The lever's on our side.
Yeah, isn't he on the trap side right now?
There's actually 2 levers.
Damn it.
I mean, I still pull it.
Okay, you
I
pull it,
don't
and
know. I don't
the
know.
bars close. The bars come out and squeeze against the wall.
And he's nowhere. Well, I guess he's nowhere near
Wait,
it. So.
actually, if one of us just stays with the lever here, every time he turns it on, we could just switch it off. So it never goes.
Sasha, you got a new job.
You have a job. Come here.
All right, she walks over to the lever.
All right. See
Oh,
it?
actually, you know what? No, if he's right across us, I'm gonna just shoot him.
Do it.
Can I?
Okay, you pull out your bow and arrow, and he just goes behind the wall.
All right, guys. So
Oh yeah, true. I'm just like, wait a second here.
all
Why
right,
did I
guys.
just shoot
Here's
him?
the plan. He's being an asshole, and I just like get everyone in a hurdle.
Huddle?
Huddle. Yeah, that's the one.
In a hurdle.
We all huddle together. Okay.
Yeah,
So one of us needs to stay behind and keep flipping the switch because his best bet is trying to squish us all at the same time. The rest, we're just gonna try to get to the other side and take him out before he can make a break for it.
Who's wearing the weakest armor right now?
Have hide armor.
technically speaking, I'm wearing no armor.
I have leather.
And that was Roach.
Yeah.
I think I have hide. Or
If,
something like
if
that.
he has the magical abilities to know that I have a barbarian effect, then there's that. But
Okay. So you guys are huddling together, and I'll have you roll a perception check first. So everyone make me another perception check.
Can I keep my 16?
Sure.
Okay, good.
21.
Because the next one was a 2.
10.
Mine's a whopping 6.
So 16 and 21.
Yeah.
And what did Rodolfo roll?
Sorry. 4.
Okay. So the two of you hear this cranking of a crossbow being loaded while you're huddling, and you look over and he shoots Roach.
He can't.
Yeah.
We're behind the wall with a little slit on it.
Yeah, and the mechanism has holes in it, the same way you guys shot him the first time.
But we have he has +2 cover.
Yeah, it doesn't save him from being crit.
I
tried. Hey,
So
hey, that's my job. Stop doing that.
So you guys are huddling and you guys hear this crank. Do you say anything while he's cranking his crossbow?
Yeah, I would be like, that's a crossbow.
Fuck it, let's just go.
I just dropped to the
Let's
ground.
just follow the plan and go.
So
Loading the crossbow. He's gonna take him a few seconds to look back up. Just use the time wise. Just go.
okay, so you guys start heading out towards the door or the hallway.
I'll stay with the switch.
And well, Sasha said you said Sasha would stay.
We'll
with
stay with both. I'll stay with her.
So as you
Buddy.
guys are heading towards there, Roach, you get shot in the neck, and you take 18 points of piercing damage.
What the fuck?
Like I said, a guillotine cut you in half.
Yes, in the form of a tiny bolt.
That bolt can still tear out a lot of vital organs.
Shot him in the neck. It's gonna do something to him.
Yeah, Roach falls a good 3 feet back and just slowly continues his march, looking a lot worse than he did before.
Okay. So, where were you guys huddling? Near the trap?
Knowing Paul, you're probably right.
We were behind the slit where the lever is. That's where we huddled.
Okay. So you guys start running. So you guys are dashing, right?
I'm gonna just keep it at a nice and conservative pace.
Okay.
Yeah.
So who's dashing?
I guess I'd dash. Well, no, it wouldn't make much sense because I'm worn down from the arrow. Or bolt.
This is purely a move mechanic here. It has nothing to do with athletics, right?
Yeah, this is just a move mechanic. I just want to know where everyone is.
And this is to close distance, right?
To move through the trap, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna dash through, and if I get any opportunity to try and do anything physically to benefit myself, I'm going to, before something horrible cuts me in half or falls on my head.
Okay. Well, this is the trap that got you last time, so.
Yeah. Do I get any bonus for having gone through it once already?
I'll give you a +1 bonus if
Okay.
something happens. So all of you are heading towards the trap, and the two of you tried to dash through it. And Richard, you were standing beside Sasha beside the lever. So there's
Sorry. Can you just repeat what you just said? Apparently my house is falling apart. And there's just cracks in our wall. So I was kind of looking at those while you were talking. So repeat what you said again, please.
okay. So there's two people dashing through the trap. There's two people walking, and then there's Richard who's gonna. There's 5 of you. Two people are walking, and then Richard is gonna stand beside Sasha while she tries to use the lever.
Right.
So
he flipped the switch. Did he flip the switch?
He's flipping the switch, and you can, since you're kind of watching him, you can see him also pulling out his thieves' tools. and almost with lightning reflexes, he seems to be doing something with it.
Well, I would tell her like flip up the switch to turn it off.
Okay. She. Where is my tramp? He doesn't make his own check. Okay, so you see him fiddling around with his tools, and he says, "Blast it all!" And he starts running away. And you see the trap spring from him activating it, and it goes about halfway. Then she pulls the lever, and it goes back and retracts into the wall. So Rodolfo and Varus, you two see these bars coming out towards you, but then they return back into the wall. And you can hear him running through the hallway now.
In this hallway?
The main hallway that you are using to get out.
He is running in that hallway.
Yeah, so you guys go around the corner and you can see him you can see him running down the hallway. Barely, because you guys don't have dark vision, but you can see him.
I do.
What do you guys do?
I want to fucking shoot the guy.
Okay.
I would love to kill this guy dead.
We didn't turn off the first set of traps, though.
Which are the bullets with the pressure plates.
Let him kill himself. It's a fitting reward.
He's not going to fall for his own trap.
I mean, I'm sure he won't, but still, I would like to think that he would.
With his fucking dark vision.
Back in dark vision.
And he made the fucking place.
Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just going to wildly shoot because Varus is pissed.
Fair enough.
Is that like a disadvantage, I assume? Or
no, you can see him. At least you have an idea. You have a good enough idea where he is that you don't need to actually shoot randomly.
Is he surprised by my shot?
No, he knows where you are.
Oh, not a freaking bug.
How's a nat 20 for you? Is that it?
He fucking deserves that one, yeah.
So numbers. No sneak attack.
No.
Sure. Oh, fuck right. That's 8 damage.
So you shoot him.
Oh no, that's bullshit. Is it doubled or how does crits work?
I'll go with double. Yeah.
I like double too. That's 2 times 8.
Ouch. So
That number.
16. You shoot him in the back, and he's like, shit. And he's like holding his back. He's like, I'm too old for this.
Haha, second one.
And
I'm going to shout out, like as the bolt releases and he curses, I will shout out coward.
okay. So the rest of you are moving through the trap now, and you Varus and who was with Varus? Rodolfo?
Yeah.
You guys continued the chase?
Mm-hmm. I'm at this point I'm trying to just pursue and catch up to this guy.
Okay. So Varus shoots, and you run after the dwarf.
Mm-hmm.
And you notice that the dwarf starts walking in specific places, and you know that this is the spot where the bullets are.
Can I try and mimic his path?
It's pretty hard to see, but you can roll me an insight.
All right. Is it possible to, after the insight, figure out whether or not I think I can do it? Right. You know, if you see somebody do it like a skateboard trick, you're like, okay, I think I could do that. Or if it's a really hard one, you're like, that's beyond my ability. So that's my end game with this. But 15 is my roll. And where's insight? Okay, insight. I got +1.
So 16.
Yes, 16.
So you can't make out the full details of each step that he takes, but you have a pretty good idea where you need to go.
Okay, I'm gonna try it.
Okay. Roll me a dexterity save at advantage.
That's 2 dice, right?
Yep.
19, 16.
So you take the higher one, so 19.
Right, and then plus dex bonus, right?
Yeah.
2. 21.
Okay, so you easily imitate his footsteps, and he you get to the end of the trap. Pretty much, you're about 10 feet behind him, and he says, "Don't come any closer, or I'll shoot the camel."
All right, points for that one.
Got you by the balls there.
And your camels are just sitting there, minding their own business.
Quick, camels, spit!
I'm gonna say you throw down your weapon, you could die today or not. But I'm gonna stop. So not to antagonize him. I have a soft spot for the camels, you know. You can all laugh at me if you want. But I'm gonna slow down, but I'm gonna tell him to throw down his weapon.
Okay, roll me persuasion.
Not intimidate.
Well, you can roll intimidate if you want.
Yeah, this is, you know, he should be scared, man. He's fucking shot. There's a bunch of us, and he's trying to like think that he's gonna weigh his life against the camel's life. So 18 plus 3, 21.
All right, he steps back, and he seems genuinely frightened of you, and he just throws his weapon on the ground.
Stay there, and we're gonna decide what to do with you.
You can hear him reach behind him and snap the bolt that's in his back, and he's like, "Ah, shite." And he walks off and sits beside the wall.
Behave yourself, and I will make sure. I will do my best to make sure that you don't die here today.
And he says, "Yeah, I'm sure that's how it's gonna go down."
Not a fucking chance. Varys walks up and just like picks up his crossbow and then takes a few steps back. Like I imagine like the other guys come out.
Sure, roll me a dex
Outside.
save.
Oh, I love it.
Did no one think to turn off the goddamn trap?
I don't think we know how.
Yeah,
What's
let's
the
have a
lever?
try. There's no lever for
Lever.
this one.
This one was no. I had it one too.
Is this a
It's
dexterity
the lever
against
that no one touched.
Yeah, exactly.
is this against the trap
This is against the trap.
that I've already seen, so I get like advantage, right?
I'll give you +1.
With the ink. Beautiful ink.
You can't see in the dark.
Damn it. +1's an 8. Total, an 8.
Oh shit!
Fucking worth it.
I only have so many spells.
Got hit twice. You really like them bullets.
So you're like, all right, this is the one that has the squares on it, and you you try to step in between where you believe the square tiles are. You step on the long tile, and
Wait. Hold on. Didn't he mark all the things with ink so we wouldn't step on them later?
He can't
Yeah,
see in
but-
the dark.
Yeah, he had a lantern last time.
Oh, damn. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah, and one of my ideals is always be ready. Do you fucking believe that?
So you should always have a lantern stuck to your
Yeah,
belt.
I should always be ready, Gina. But I'm not.
Your flaw is you don't live up to your ideas.
Oh, I love it. Writing that in.
Don't we all? So you step on the long tile, and before you can even react, you receive 2 more bullets, one in the leg and one in the thigh, and you take 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh, so it's more like a beanbag gun or something like that. Bludgeoning. That's interesting.
Well, they're pretty worn bullets.
Hits me in the eye, you say?
No, thigh.
Oh, the thigh.
I mean,
I was like, here we fucking go.
If it did max damage, I would have said, yeah, maybe it shot you in the eye.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Do I still manage to do my take his crossbow away? Like, or no? Probably.
That's your choice. You can run across it if you want.
Yeah, I imagine he tries not to like hobble, like from that thigh shot. I don't know how well he like, you know when you get like punched by your little brother and it's like that doesn't hurt, but definitely did.
Yeah, so you hobble after getting shot. You hobble through the rest of the way.
Cool.
So the other 3 of you, or 4 of you, are on the other side of this trap. You know it's there. You're just not sure where the stepping points are.
in what relation are we to the lever that we've never that I presume turns off this trap?
You mean the one that the dwarf was hiding behind and shot you through?
Oh, and isn't that one for the different trap? For the other trap?
The 2 levers that you know about.
Wasn't there another like lever or button that when we first walked in, Rodolfo pointed it out to Varys?
Yep.
Is
That's still there.
Is it? Yeah. Is that at the start or behind or closer to where we are?
That's closer to where Varys and Rodolfo are.
Oh, okay. So it's like in the middle of it.
No, it's at the start of it.
Oh, I'm straight up at the start. Okay. Well, I'm not walking over then.
So the 4 of you are pretty much standing on the other side right now.
I with dark vision, can I still see though?
You can see 60 feet, which is enough to see everything that's going on right now. At least it's relevant.
I just kind of snicker in the dark.
He got shot again. He's gonna die of dysentery.
Then I was like, Sarah, I think the traps are still going, so give them a second. I think they'll turn it off.
Okay. So Rodolfo and Varys, you're standing near the dwarf, and you pick up his weapon, which is still loaded with. It's a heavy crossbow of dwarven making. It's pretty sturdy.
By the way, I yell at them to turn off the trap with that lever in the distance.
Yeah. So the loose brick is still there. You know that it does have a functioning mechanism in it.
Yeah, Varys would like roll his eyes and like walk back, turn the mechanism off if I could do that without any problem.
Okay. Make me a thieves' tools check.
Is that just D20 plus proficiency for thieves tools?
Yeah. Proficiency plus your dex.
Oh, plus dex. Okay. So that is a 11. Yeah, 11.
So you're finicking around with it, and it's not disarming.
It's fucking dark. Whenever I get another chance, like, it's not too ridiculous that I could try again.
Okay, so 10 minutes is going by. Does everyone just kind of wait?
Oh, I'll light a torch. Jesus. Oh, have I still got that lantern?
Yeah, you still have the lantern on you.
I will
was gonna
turn
ask,
the lantern on.
if we use a torch and light, can we just safely cross this?
Potentially, yeah. I'll give you advantage because he ink blotted it, so you know where most of the tiles are.
Well, then, since I have dark vision, I can see the ink blots, right?
No, because dark vision only sees in tints of light and darkness, so the ink blots wouldn't show up.
Yeah.
Damn it. Okay. Then I still chill out.
Yeah, I'll try to make my way over there.
I wax my bow.
And you light a torch, right?
Yeah.
So
I
you
sit on
light
the
a
stool.
torch and you make your attempt to get across. Roll dex saving throw with advantage.
Oh, thank the God that's advantage. Whew. First one was just a 2. All in all, that's 20 modified.
Okay. So you start walking across, and with the help of the ink blots and the light, you can see where they are, and you can see, now that you're used to seeing where the tiles are, you kind of locate all of them as you walk by. And Sasha takes your cue and starts following your footsteps, and she actually manages to get by. She looks like she's almost slips at one point, but she manages to get across without triggering the trap. So the only people on the other side now is Martin and Richard.
Hadn't anyone touched the button yet?
Varus is still trying to disarm it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's on it. So I continued waxing my bow.
I'll just stay on this side and then resume mending, turning the corner. We're like, I'm gonna go check something over there. Wait, I forgot the stool.
That he was just sitting on.
I didn't see it. I'm gonna go.
So the dwarf just quietly sits around. Now that you've all kind of surrounded him, he just doesn't do anything. Martin, what do you do? Do you just stay on that side and wait for Varus, or?
Yeah, I'll wait for Varus. I meditate.
I attempt to do it again.
Okay, you same roll.
Please roll. Oh my fucking God.
All right, I get fed up. so what was it? He turned on the light now. I can see the ink blots now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just kind of acrobatics my way through, I guess.
Or
Not athletics my way
guidance.
through. I don't know.
Yeah. Roll dex save with advantage.
Cool. That is.
Can I just pop him with guidance real quick?
19?
No, that's
or...
safe. Never mind.
Yeah, it's a 19.
Oh yeah, you kind of stride through. They're easy for you to locate, and you just run through, and it's very easy for you to get to the other side. The only person on that side is Richard, and he's kind of mending things.
Guys, I can't find the stool. It's so weird.
Up your ass.
Ah, shit.
Don't forget the wheel.
All right, the wheel.
I feel like at this point, I'd hear like a click, and I'd be like, I think I got it. As like, sorry, as Martin was walking past me, and I did roll a natural 1. I kind of like the idea that I like flick the Like, I've got it. Click it, and it's like,
Wait, you rolled a crit fail?
I absolutely fucking did. Yeah.
Man.
Got a problem with that?
So,
Okay.
fat
So
fingers, man.
basically, Richard can't get out now.
You turned on turbo mode, and then the pressure plates just move away
Yeah.
from the oil.
They make a line. There's no safe way across.
You can make another attempt. Richard is mending, so I think that will take him about 10 minutes.
I just can't find this wheel.
So nothing actually like.
About like 3 minutes. I'm almost done.
Oh, thank the fucking gods. Loads. I think it's a 20 modified. Sorry, 20 modified. Sorry.
Okay. Roll me an investigation.
Numbers. I need to get some new dice. That is a 9.
So yeah, you're looking at it and you hear this satisfying click of what sounds like something being disarmed, and you're like, "Yep, I did it."
Yeah, I call out to Richard. Definitely got it this time. Richard, did you find that wheel?
Quick, trip it again.
Richard, I'm gonna go outside. You okay?
Yep, just stub my toe, you know.
The dwarf just sitting there. He's like,
And just look at him and like, so why are you holding up here all alone?
He says, "Why wouldn't I? I built this fort. It's crazy out there. A bunch of cannibals running around the desert looking for anything they can just rob and mug. Next thing I know, us dwarves are on the hit list. Don't know whatever we done. So I hold up here, and then I shoes on the other foot. Found all our dwarven made traps, little modifications to make them more viable, and then I make a living."
I kind of shrug. Meh. Can't blame that.
Can you tell me more about the cannibals?
What can I say? You've been wandering the desert for weeks on end. You encounter a bunch of dwarves. Who's gonna miss them? At least in Kormin.
So are you trying to tell me that the citizens of Kormin are regularly eating dwarves?
It says, well, it ain't entirely cannibalism. At least that's what they say. We're not humans, so. By the way, I gave them a taste of their own medicine one day. They trailed me here. Fell for my traps. I realized I hadn't had bacon in over 3 months. Honestly, not the worst decision I've ever made.
I finished mending.
I kind of point towards Sarah and like, you killed her team, her party too.
I did.
I'm surprised she's not trying to kill him right now.
Well, she bloody tried. I'll give her that. He points to a scar on his cheek. She gave me that one. She just looks to you and she says, not many of us treasure hunters would consider each other friends.
Can't deny that.
think Varys is sat on the cart, like looking down at the guys, and he's muttering under his breath.
Well, there's no cart. You guys flipped it and took the wheels off of it.
You can still sit on the wood, though, right?
Yeah, you can sit on it. Yeah.
And he's muttering under his breath, like, I mean, technically we tried to rob the guy.
So Richard, you're trying to return to your party, right?
Yeah, I guess at some point I would just like grab the wheel, like, all right, everything's mended, and I'm walking back.
Okay, so you heard Varys say that the trap was disarmed, right?
Yep.
Okay, make me a dex save at disadvantage.
Hold on. There. So I did the character sheet like you did in Notepad.
Yeah.
Really useful. But then it's harder to find things.
Yeah, that's the only problem.
All right, dex is +2. All right.
Sometimes I break things down. Like I make a folder for them if they live long enough.
All right, damn it. 12.
Okay, so you hear Varys say, "Trap's disarmed," and you're like, "Oh, nice." And you start walking casually out, and you step on one of the tiles, and something that shouldn't happen is it sinks.
Oh.
And you take 5 points of bludgeoning damage as some bullets come out, and one hits you in a really thick spot of armor and only just grazes you. But another one hits you right in your side and leaves you a pretty nasty bruise.
Is it 5?
So 5 bludgeoning. And then the dwarf just laughs.
Then I laugh.
Yeah, you fucking idiots.
Then
I walk over.
Then I slap him. I'm like, no. Only I get to call him an idiot.
And well, the truth hurts, doesn't it?
I want to grapple him.
Okay. Roll,
I'm gonna love this.
roll at
Athletics?
advantage. Yeah, roll athletics with advantage.
$22.
Okay, you stroll up to him, and you and him get into a tussle, and you're both kind of evenly matched. And you don't grapple him, but you don't get anywhere with him. And he says, "Back off, you little tin can."
No, you come here. Come here. And we'll try to hold him tight.
Okay, roll me athletics again with advantage. I rolled the same thing. Wow.
Jesus, I did too. Neat. 22.
So you're trying to get him to move somewhere, but it's just this weird stalemate, kind of like what you'd see on the WWE, where you guys just lock arms and you're trying to move each other.
So I'm noticing that this isn't working. I'm gonna get on my belt, pop open the vial with the camel spit in it, and just pry his mouth open and try to pour it in.
He's not restrained.
No, but he's fighting me for it.
Okay.
The reason why I wanted to grapple him. So.
Okay, so you don't have to make me a sleight of hand check.
I mean, can we go back to the good things? Let's see. Oh, man. Clerics aren't good at thief stuff. 14.
So you reach for your belt and you pull out this vial and you pop the cork on it, and he just punches it and breaks it with his hand. Now you just have this. None of the glass actually hurts you, but now your hand's covered in camel spit.
I shove my hand down his throat. He's getting the spit in his mouth.
And now you have no fingers.
I have gloves on. They're thick gloves. They're thick boys.
Okay, make me a contesting attack roll.
I crit.
Okay, you punch him in the face, and his face is now just covered in shards of glass.
Down,
and
boy.
spit. He's just laying on the ground, of course, now bleeding.
I have no patience for doors.
Like,
Okay.
what the fuck?
I let
do you
that go
mean?
for a couple minutes. I'm gonna try and break this up gently. I'm gonna try and pull. What's your character's name? At
Richard.
Richard is the character's name. All right, Richard, that's enough. I can try to get behind him, like we're talking like drunk buddy at the bar sort of thing, right? I'm definitely not siding with the dwarf, but
He's being an ass. He deserves to be put in his place.
hey, nobody likes this little guy, but just come on over here. Come over here. Bring it down a bit. It's okay. He'll get his just desserts.
I say leave it to Sarah.
I'm going back to my wheel. I take the wheel and roll it back to the cart. Start fixing it.
Okay, you meet Varys out there.
The dwarf's an asshole.
So, you keep calling her Sarah, but her name's Sasha.
My bad. You know what I mean. Oh no, actually, you know what? That's my new flaw. I can't ever new people get a new nickname for me. There you go. There we go.
Okay, so you tell her that
You got this, Sarah.
and
Shut up, camels. Anyway, no funny.
so well she says, well, I do really just want to kill him. I'll be right back. I'm gonna let the dogs out for a bit. So we'll take a 5-minute break.
Cool. Thank you.
We're treasure hunters, not light savers.
Meh.
Yeah, but like, look, I mean, keeping this guy alive. I'm not talking about altruism here. I'm just talking about,
He was gonna kill a camel, dude.
I know. You know how close, how dearly I feel about the camels, right? Well, you know this, but what purpose is there to him dead? At this point, he needs to tell us next time a trap is triggered or anything like that. But I mean, for one, I gave him my word.
Your word, not ours.
I know. I'm well aware of that. I'm not trying to push that on you.
Well, let's think about this. He clearly knew the trap wasn't disarmed and let it spring again.
I know. That's why we have
And
to lay
also,
down.
he killed Sarah's fucking team.
That's why we have to lay down the law with him about what is acceptable and what's not. But, I mean, we don't know if we're going to want to be in here again, if we want to save this as some sort of temporary hideout. Let's just give, I told him he'd live to see through he'd live through the day. Give me at least give him a day here. All right. But I mean, we don't know what we're going to do here yet. And he knows what's going on here until we make that.
That's fine with me. You want to let him live for a day? We can let him live for a day.
That's all I gave him,
We make it count.
Make it count.
I'll kill him in the morning.
Yeah, we make it count now.
No, I'm stuck between we went into his house to steal his shit, right? And he was threatening his house. Now that's like you're right.
Yeah.
And at the same time, still doesn't really like sit well with me. Being shot by like traps
Now, see,
and being laughed at.
it's all
by
well and good to
dwarf.
protect your home, but when you start like when you kill the people and then make their heads into trophies, like he did with everyone else, and he finds joy in this. He's not protecting us, so he didn't give us a chance to leave.
Look,
And he eats people, right? Like that's his deal.
I'd like to say
Every
the
now and
guy
again.
is well balanced. I'm just saying that I feel like there's more information. I don't know about you guys, but I would like, and he could be crazy on this, but I'd like to find out a little bit more about this cannibalism and Kormir. I mean, I wasn't feeling particularly welcome there. You know what I mean? I think, you know, any information we could get out of this guy about here, about the town, I don't see any reason why we couldn't, you know.
Gee, I completely agree with you.
And you want to kill him afterwards. I get that.
Well, that's fine. We'll decide what happens to him after. But you want to give him a day. He has a day of just living.
And I would, if you kill him, if you want to kill him, if we could give him a 5-minute head start.
Let's not give him 5 minutes.
I kind of hope you're doing this like right in front of him, but I know you're not.
We all left.
I didn't actually call where I was. I didn't actually declare it. So I need to grab a smoke and some coffee.
All right.
So I'll be right back. You know, and if I grab a smoke and coffee and he's dead when I come back, that's what I got. Like my character, both me and my character are grabbing a smoke. And I have one of those long Gandalf-y type pipes. I'll be right back.
What I miss?
We were having a debate whether or not to kill him, even though we were going to take a break.
I'm firmly on the kill him side.
See, I like Roach
I'm on
as a person.
Rodolfo's side, where we just let him live for a day, get what we need out of him, and if that doesn't work, we kill him tomorrow.
He ate people, though.
He did eat people, but he, like, any information he gets us, it's good information. Like, that's more information than what we have here.
I'm intrigued about the town, and like I get, like, you know, you own the water, like you own the town. That makes sense, but like, what's stopping people just like usurping this fucking tavern owner? Like,
Apparently the guards, the 4 guards that we saw.
Yeah, but the guards, like, what stops any of them from going, you know what, I want to fucking own the town?
Out of character, probably the game.
Oh, there's got to be a reason.
I mean, they probably have a good hold on the well. Like, they probably has some kind of safety system where the owner basically has them by the balls.
But how? Like, they're the ones armed and dangerous. Like,
yeah, but the owner probably has. Yeah, the owner probably has some kind of way to purify the what was it? It's like it's water at the bottom of a decayed carcass, right? Like that whole.
No, it's like an underground hole, and then on top of that's the big carcass that they hollowed out to be a house.
And when Paul showed him the like the pure water that he creates, the guy was like, "Holy shit, that's like really clean." And that's why we left town, because this.
I mean, what was it? He did say we could take over a town. It wouldn't be that hard, especially with Paul's water, with Richard's water.
Well,
give me a week and I'll have 7 barrels.
And that's what me and Paul out of game were talking about. It's like, why don't we just fucking take the town?
Now, the problem I see with that is, why would our characters want to take the town?
I'll think of a fucking way. I'll think of like a backstory reason.
I find it all a pain and just apathetic to all of it.
Our DM is back.
raiders as well.
Why?
All right, DM. We're gonna take our 5-minute break now. So
Like my point is like, what has this like the owner of the town got in ways of protection, like from these raiders, like from guards, obviously, like back him. Like he's got to be more than just like a guy.
Yeah, there's got to be something spooky down at the well. That's why it's so far away. In addition to just regular hiding it.
Also, he could just be the strongest guy that leads all the guards.
That's another thing.
Like I'm the better fighter and stuff like that. Like I'm stronger,
Yeah.
I'm quicker, I'm better than you.
Probably
Like,
had the same idea that you guys did. Why don't we just kill him and take the stuff? Well, he probably did that to the last guy.
Yeah, we're gonna go back there, and it's gonna be a different tavern owner.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I mean, him and his boys were strong enough to kill a purple worm.
Okay, is that fact?
He said it, at least.
So he like settled the town, killed the worm. Okay. These guys are some high level shit. Let's do some more quests.
Mm.
Take it later.
I got a question, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that there's any benefit to possibly trying to utilize this as a base of operations as opposed to Kormir? I'm just
Yes.
thinking.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Apart from the fact that unless he can disarm all the traps or at least tell us how everything works, we don't know how big this thing is. Like it seemed pretty large, like labyrinth. And I don't trust him. It would be like, oh, here's your sleeping quarters. Like, make sure you touch this switch before you walk in. And then, you know what I mean? Like, we go to bed and the fucking spikes come out the floor.
Yeah. No, I get it. I'm just playing with this idea. I'm not committed to it by any means. I was just wondering if this.
No, I like the idea. I just don't know how we would execute it.
We do what we did to get through the dungeon, but like, I guess for days at a time.
Yeah, really carefully, really slowly.
what are you doing?
Excuse me. Just hypothetical stuff.
Okay.
So, Varus and Richard are outside, which leaves you three and Sasha alone with the dwarf inside this hallway.
Should we recap the DM on what we talked about?
Wait, the dwarf's back in the hallway. I thought
He's
he was
still
outside.
there. He's been intimidated to stay against the wall, and then Richard punched him.
Oh, I thought that he had left the thing. Okay.
We put him in timeout.
He's in his corner. He needs to think of what he did.
Yeah. And I can stay there and watch him if we really think he's gonna run.
Well,
Oh,
Sasha said she'd like to kill him, but she was just kind of waiting for everyone else's opinion.
Okay, so what? So we talked to Rodolfo. We talked with Rodolfo about letting him live for a day. He made a promise that he wanted to keep him alive for a day, and it took a bit, but we kind of agreed to it, and we'll kill him in the morning, depending on how useful he is.
Yeah, all right.
Rodolfo came outside to talk to us about that.
Okay, so the three of you are now just standing with the dwarf, and he's looking all of you over, and then he says, "So, did you end up getting the treasure?"
Who's he pointing to, or who's he kind of directing that towards?
He's just looking at the three of you.
It's like, we got something.
He's got a swollen eye now, so it's kind of hard to tell who he's looking at.
Oh, okay.
Well, we found something, yeah.
You got something.
Yeah, with the zombies, eh?
Yeah, did you make those?
No, I didn't make the zombies. They've been there for a long time. Coffins in the walls. I just pried them open. They have
geez.
mechanical seals.
Then what? You wanted to feed them Sarah?
Sarah is really annoyed with you right now.
I know, right?
As I say her name wrong too. So he says, even the zombies need feeding sometimes.
Oh, did they try to bite you?
Not me. I'm too fast.
Ah, okay. I was hoping you had a control beam or something.
Control what?
Control beam or something or another that let them listen to you.
I just stay the hell out of their way.
So what? You just prime the traps and make sure that you don't get in their way?
Yep. That's kind of the point of traps, aren't they?
How many more rooms are past how far we went in?
Now, do I want to tell you that?
I mean, sowing goodwill is probably your best bet here, buddy.
Roll me persuasion.
Okay. Fucker! It kept swinging between 16 and 6. But let me see. What's my where is it? Oh, okay, never mind. So it's a 6.
He looks at you and he says, "You're probably gonna kill me anyways. No point in talking."
Can't say I didn't try.
We would be blocking back at this point, I'm thinking, right?
What?
Did you fix the wagon yet?
Well, I need everyone's up to do that.
Well, what was it? You have to mend something. That's the only reason you're kind of separated from us, right?
I was mending the bolts, but I'm done with that now.
Oh, did we not have to mend the wheel?
Did we have to mend the wheel?
I can't remember if it was
I don't think we
broken.
did. I think it just like rolled through the.
That's
Roll-
fine.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Cool.
So I think me, Rodolfo, and Varus would be walking back around this time. Dwarf, I'm sorry you're short. I won't punch you again.
He just shakes his head and looks away from you. Yeah, whatever. Just lucky you didn't get that woman to stab me in the face.
Then I like wink at him. Yeah.
About that. Rodolfo's your charge. So I push Rodolfo there. Here you go.
Wait, sorry. Repeat this. What is this?
We're walking back to the dwarf to explain what we agreed upon.
Okay.
You're his charge. Or he's your charge.
He's my charge. Okay, that's so okay, out of character, what exactly have we agreed upon here? I got up and smoked, so
I think we agreed to leave him for a day. Unless but whatever happens outside of us three is not our problem. If Sarah decides to kill him, that's on her.
I'm more than happy to do all this in character. If you want to, whatever happens.
okay. So I'm just kind of like gonna I'm gonna relate this all to him.
So, you're babysitting me. That's what I'm getting.
Yep.
Hells. I'd rather you just kill me and get it over with.
Well, you heard him.
I think we should honor his wish.
I mean, who are we to deny a dead man?
Sarah, do it.
And
Final
here, you can
words.
use this, and if she wants, I'll give her my halberd.
Well, I think I gave her a dagger, so it'll be up to her on that one. But I'm just curious if she would actually respond to it by now. I've done it enough.
And my axe.
She hesitates, and the dwarf says, "Just fucking do it already, you pansies. It's about time my service to my king is over." And she just-
Varys raises his hand.
Wait. All right. Look, dude. Not dude, but whatever the equivalent of dude is.
Midget.
Look, my fine sir.
I'm trying to help you here, buddy, and you're not making this very easy for me. So
He's like-
you're kind of at the end of your rope for, you know.
Lad, what do you think is gonna happen? You're gonna kill me. You're gonna take all my stuff. Then you're gonna either send me out to the desert with nothing, or you kill me.
We didn't think about that.
So I either die to the sands, or raiders, or I die to you. And I'd rather die to somebody who at least has the decency to think about my life than some crazed maniac who's probably going to eat my corpse later.
Varys asks him what duty he has to his king.
Says to protect our lands. This isn't exactly our lands, but when we were united, this is what our king held as ideal. I mean, Kormin isn't exactly have any rulership. So,
And he sent one dwarf to look after his maze.
no, there was 5 of us.
What happened to them?
Well, you saw what happened.
And yet you stayed.
I for king and country.
A soldier then.
In a way, I am. Most dwarves are.
I stand up and like look at the rest of the party and say, I've changed my mind. Let him go. It's on you guys, but let him go. I appreciate a soldier doing
I
his
have
job.
one question then. Did you eat any of them?
Of course, I bloody ate them. I have nowhere to go. I can't go to a human civilization. Or what you'd call one, anyways. They'd kill me on the spot. I can't leave. Any form of travel by foot to my homeland is impossible. So many walls to walk around, and that's if I don't run into any raiders, I'll be lucky.
Pretty
Kinda
blamey, dude.
Yeah, kind of just like process that for a bit.
Now, if we were to help you go back, would you help us out here?
He says, "In what way?"
Just answer our questions, and if there is more rooms, if you won't say, help us finish this out. We wanna just secure the place before heading back. If you keep your word, we'll keep ours. What's a world without a man's word?
Roll me persuasion.
I got 12.
He says, all right, come with me. And he walks to the other side of the wall first, on the opposite side of the loose brick. And you see him pull open a loose brick that is actually perfectly flush with the wall. From considering your earlier investigations, you guys never even saw it. Inside, you see a bunch of mechanisms, which looks like it's for the makeshift bullet slings that are on the other side of the wall. He fiddles with it, and you hear the satisfying click of a disarmed trap, and he walks across the hallway without any issue. Purposely stepping on upright tiles, and you can see that they don't sink when he steps on them. And he says, "Come with me."
Well, men, after you. Follow your charge.
Yeah, I'm following him. I mean, I'm the one who's pleading for this guy's life, so, you know.
So he takes you to the hallway that you last escaped from, and he shows you room. So room number 3 is the one with the pit trap in it. He says, "This is where we used to do all our brewing, but we ran out of supplies. I think it was a decade ago."
Hey, real quick question.
Hi.
Mr. DM, sir.
Oh,
Have you been trying to show us a map this whole time?
I have a map.
Are you showing us a map?
No.
Okay, because you said this is the second time you've said like room 2 and then room 3.
Yeah, I have rooms established.
I thought you were going to show us the map.
No, it's on paper, and I'm too unambitious to take a picture of it.
All right. Well, just wanted to know if there was because I saw no one was using the camera, so I just turned my bandwidth all the way low to audio. So I thought maybe I was missing something.
No.
All right, go ahead.
If I had put up the picture, you'd know where all the traps are.
All right, continue.
So yeah, when you're gonna post that?
I'm not.
Damn.
Maybe if you guys, well, it's pretty much clear now. I'll post it up at the end of the game, so you guys know what your base looks like.
Cool.
Give me a sec.
All right.
So you enter room number 3, and that's the one with the pit trap in it. And you see all the alchemist files. And he tells you it was a brewery that they once had, but they ran out of supplies. Then you go into room number 2, which is a room just full of boxes of bullets and ammo. And you see it's got there's about 200 arrows, and there's about 89 bullets. As well as a lot of throwing weapons and javelins and such. And he says, "This is mostly from all the adventures and stuff that I scrapped together." And he shows you a bunch of armor sets that have been in there. Most of the armor sets are pretty badly damaged, but they do still seem functional. No full plate or any heavy armor, and even the medium armors, like the breastplate and the scale mail, are kind of exclusive. But there is a lot of light armors and hide armor in there. And he goes into room. He takes you to room 1, and before he opens the door, and he says, "If you're faint of heart, you may not want to look in here." And he opens up the door, and you see a bunch of hanging bodies in there in a very cool room. Some bodies still just have pieces of flesh still just hanging off of them, and it's clear that he's been wrapping them up and storing them in here. He then takes you to room number 4, which seems to be where he does all his cooking and sleeping and living. It's got one bed, a dresser, but it's got just all the clothes are the same. Or they are all of different sizes that wouldn't possibly work. And he takes you to room 5, which he says you can use this room to get to the aqueducts down for the Old Kingdom, but it collapsed a long time ago, and it would take you a long time to clear it out. And then he leads you up to the northern side of the building. The basically what looks like it could be the last room. And he says, "Go ahead. This is the last room."
What do you mean, go ahead? Enter first.
All right. And he walks ahead to the door. Is anyone standing behind him?
Is anyone standing behind him?
Yeah.
I assume I am.
Okay. So he twists the handle and he jiggles it, but it doesn't budge. Make me an investigation check.
Fuck. Oh God. 5 with my bonus.
All right. Make a dexterity save.
Fuck me. 8.
So you see him jiggle this handle, and the strange thing as he jiggles it is that the handle moves, but you notice that the door doesn't move. Even though he's shaking the handle, the door seems immovable. And then you hear this loud click, and it doesn't really come to mind immediately, but then you look up and you hear these like sliding beams, and these large spikes come down from the roof and just come down upon you.
Cool.
For a total of, well, pretty low here, 9 damage.
Is there anybody else with me?
Anyone would be
No,
standing beside
definitely
him?
not.
Share
Well-
my pain.
No, I mean behind.
I would be behind you.
I'm like 20 feet behind you.
I'm behind you.
In the far
So-
darkness.
I guess the better question is, would anyone be standing beside him?
I would be standing beside him.
Okay, so you need to make a dex save too, and investigation and dex save.
Oh, you're the healer.
Oh, 19. Let's see.
On the investigation,
20 on the investigation. I have a +1.
so you see him jiggling the handle, and you notice some strange things that he's doing. Unlike the other doors, he seems pressed close to the door, and when he pushes against the handle, you can see that he's pushing his entire weight against it.
So
And
I know that Rodolfo already failed his, but since I've hung out with Varys enough times where I can notice a trap, can I at least grab Rodolfo and like both of us jump backwards?
okay, well, first make your deck safe, and then if you make that, then so what'd you get?
19.
Okay,
He
so
sounded so smug about it.
I know. I was so happy. I'm like, this dice is great. This is why I DM'd with it.
okay, so make me an athletics check
Okay.
to push him out of the way.
Well, pull him off the way with me.
Okay.
Oh. Okay. Man, why are you gonna be so heavy? Athletics? 12 altogether.
Sure. Reroll your deck save, Rodolfo.
With advantage, because I'm pulling him away.
Yeah, I'll just say take the same roll but have advantage.
14 plus 2, 16.
Okay. So you're kind of shocked at first, and you're not really sure what to do. You just look up and you see these sliding beams coming towards you, and you just feel Richard's hand get like put on your arm, and you just instinctively, not even, it might be more of a combat reaction or than an actual reflex, and you just jump out of the you just let him pull you back with him, and the sharp bars just crash into the ground in front of you and just barely miss you.
I'm going to immediately shout Martin.
Yeah, so what is the dwarf do? Is he trying to run?
You
run
shout
or
my
anything?
name?
Yes, I'm going like, I want to shout Martin, shoot him.
The second he like yells my name, I automatically shoot. I don't even know what I shoot at, but I shoot. So DM, choose what I shoot at.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Roll me a d8.
Why 7?
Are you insane?
Why would Martin be that far back? Behind everyone?
D8.
I would say at least like 4, but
He can turn.
I rolled a 7.
Damn it.
Well, you can't shoot yourself, so you shoot. You're like, oh shit. And what are you using? Just a bow or
A longbow.
He can't shoot himself. But he can
I
just fire at the wall.
have a hand crossbow. It depends. Like, are we in like a narrow corridor?
no? It's pretty open space.
I feel like he would just shoot the wall if he rolled on himself.
Yeah. So you're like, shoot, and he just pulls out his longbow, shoots something, and it just bounces off the metal beam of the pillar and just bounces off of it. Roll me a percentile dice.
Okay.
That little arrow destroys this cavern.
Arf.
98.
Kobolds.
Okay, so the arrow glances off the beam and doesn't break.
Cool. I shot.
So, looking at the dwarf now, he's absolutely pinned against the wall. He can't move.
Oh, let's pull this back up and leave him under it.
Is he like incapacitated?
Like
as a condition?
I would say his condition would be restrained. So he can still act and he can still do things.
What was that, dwarf?
He says, "Fuck you, you human piece of shit." And he spits.
Well,
We gave you every chance. Sleep well.
No, what was it? Sarah, get him!
She says, "I can't squeeze through those bars."
Fuck that. I'm shooting.
Hey, can I poke him if this shot misses? Can I poke him with a javelin still?
yes.
He's just
Yeah,
gonna turn into a pincushion.
you guys can prod him and shoot him as much as you want. You guys all have advantage. So
Alright.
I am above this. I retrieve my misshotten arrow.
oh,
My attack's 23.
that hits.
Advantage. Oh, that's the same thing. That's what I'm talking about. 9 damage.
And he's dead.
Fucking brilliant.
So you shoot him in the head, in the back of the head, and he just slumps. The metal bars holding him close tightly to the wall.
I rub Adolfo's head. We gave him a chance, buddy. That's all we can do.
Right. Sorry about this, guys. Can we check the door to see if that door is purely a false door, or if there's actually anything?
Can we even get to the door?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good question, but
You can't get to the door.
okay.
Just by looking at it and how you saw it in action, it is a fake door. It's impossible to open.
Okay.
Varys like curses under his breath and says, "Never gonna get that bolt back."
I'll buy you a new one. I've been wanting to see him dead the whole time. Oh,
I like put my hand on your shoulder and say, "I'm sorry. That should have been for you."
no, here, you can get the one out of my neck. I point to the one that's still there.
God, let me see to that. And it's sort of like,
Oh, so you take the last of his 2 XP or 2 HP?
yeah, right.
Roll me medicine.
With advantage, right? Because we're all like adrenaline.
Because we're all adrenaline, testosterone pumped.
How do you stop bleeding from a what was it, an artery?
You just put some little dirt on it.
Yeah,
of
don't
course.
worry.
Oh,
I'm sure
camel
the barbarian in the room can
spit
figure
is
this
perfect for this.
Dirt and some elbow grease cures everything.
Oh, come on, Richard. Break out your camel spit.
So what'd you roll for your medicine, Varys?
I mean, it's low for sure. It's like a 5.
All right.
Very similar to a 5, not sleight of hand.
What would you have gotten if you had used sleight of hand?
9.
Okay, that's
It's better.
So he pulls the bolt out of your neck, and you feel a bunch of splinters just being left behind in your neck.
God damn it.
Oh,
It stings and it hurts. You don't take any damage for it though.
Oh, shit, I think there's still a piece in you.
yeah, several. And he'll probably like cough one up.
Even I can see there are at least like 10 pieces stuck in. How'd you even splinter it this much?
It's fine. It's fine. He just like
walk it off.
hole in his neck.
So roll me a con save.
No, that I can do. 18.
Okay. So, nobody will really know this, but your body will be able to remove those on its own.
All right.
So you won't get any
Oozes out of you.
infection. So you won't get any infections for it or anything like that.
That's good to know. All right. Well, we can put this sadness behind us and go on.
Sasha is looking at all of you, and she says, "If you don't mind, I'm gonna go back to the little armory he had and put on some things."
Yeah, that's fine.
I'll allow it. No blame.
Someone go with her. We'll all regroup back at the entrance. Then we'll see what we do.
Okay. So guys, it was
Rodolfo.
pretty shitty at what happened with this guy. However,
You're not a good judge of character, are you?
no, my heart's big. All right. I was just hoping, but look, the advantage is we've seen a couple of storerooms here, and
There's clearly more rooms here.
No.
Well,
I mean, at least what we've seen here, we've got some.
there's the idea.
Tell
Sure.
you what.
There's-
Yeah, he did like disable all the traps along the way here. So that's
Excellent.
nice. Or at least as much as we know.
Yeah, unless that's like a mega trap that resets them all.
Man, I didn't think of that.
Yeah, don't give him ideas, Dan.
That's the next dungeon.
Could we spend some time like taking the wares from the store and putting it in the cart, like whatever we can carry? Come back
Yeah,
to
you
town
can.
with like a big hoard.
You can.
That's my vote.
Feel like okay. I was just gonna say we all meet up at the front and see what happens. I just wanted her gone for a bit.
Any particular reason why?
Healing people.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
What's your health at, Dan, right now?
I am at 6.
Yeah. It might be useful. Didn't someone else take a big old crit last time too?
I think it was Richard when
I
he took
believe-
zombie damage.
Yep.
I believe
I'm
it
also
was,
pretty low.
He might be thinking of Rodolfo getting squeezed.
Oh, he also took a hit, you know?
Yeah, but I already healed him.
Yeah,
Oh.
but I think that means you're down to 1 heal, right?
I only healed one person. I didn't heal anyone else.
Yeah,
And I haven't used another spell.
yeah. No, I'm saying that don't you only have 1 more heal?
I have 4.
My bad.
How dare you? It's assume how many healings I have.
how dare they?
I could heal all day, damn it.
Then yeah, I'd be much appreciative.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna heal everyone once she's out of away from us.
Yeah, she's out of your way.
Who went with her though? I want someone to go with her.
I'll go with her.
Thank you.
Kinda. Oh, I'll peruse the armory as well.
Okay. She's gonna take 4 javelins and a
Goddamn.
axe and a shield.
I'm kind of curious. It's like, are the javelins taller than her?
They're pretty long, but not taller than her.
Oh, let's go. Okay. I was just thinking she's some kind of what are those ones? Ever seen in Shadow of Mordor? The little javelin throwers that have 3 or 4 javelins above their freaking head at all times. Anyway, so yeah, I'll look around too. And is there anything other than what he told us?
Roll me an investigation.
I rolled a 18. Cool.
What am I
So
spell thing?
you manage to find a hidden compartment, and
Sweet.
you open it up, but it's. Do you know Dwarven?
Yes.
You pull it open, and it's just this huge, just a box full of dog tags, essentially. It seems
Interesting.
that even though he said there was only 5 of them here, it seems that must have been more bodies at one point, because the dog tags, there's about 16 dog tags here.
Interesting. Okay, cool. Is there any that of note that I've heard of before? I'm not local though, so I guess I'll probably talk to Varys about this later on. But
Are you from the north?
you said I was where what was it? Where the elves? It's kind of like a assembly point where the elves and the other what was it? Elves and humans kind of mix, and I've seen quite a bit of different races. I can't remember. You said some kind of city like near the mountains.
Yeah, Mount Eunice Deck.
Yeah, I need to write that down. All right, let me write that down.
All right, so the healing, while that's going on, I want to ask about the healing. Who needs healing that's with me other than Varys?
I do not mount.
I mean, other than Martin.
Eunice deck. UNISDE. Oh, you wrote it. Okay, I'm good.
How about everyone just type me their HP and I'll just decide.
I'm good. I'm full.
Okay.
So you see her put on a chain shirt with some gauntlets, dwarven gauntlets and greaves, and she picks up 4 javelins and a dwarven hand axe. I need to be right back, so I'll be about 10 minutes.
Oh, okay, that'll make it easier. All right, so Varys has 11 HP out of 20. Hold on, Roach, you have 6 out of 30. Rodolfo, how much do you have?
How much what?
HP.
18.
18 out of
20.
Wait, what? Okay. I guess I did heal you last round and you were fine.
You did, and then I was going to get slammed by the thing, and I got pushed out of the way.
Okay, so then I guess I heal both Varys and Roach and myself. So we get that out of the way. That's 3 spell slots. Well, 3 spells. So 1, 2, 3. Damn it! I only have 1 more left, and that's 1d8 plus 5.
Shit.
All right.
Oh, fuck's sake, Ben. Rolls the 1 on the die.
Ah, damn it.
Plus 5, you say, so.
No, let me see. Cure wounds is I touch everyone around me. Touch. 1d8 plus spell modifier, which is 5.
I am not around you. You do not touch me.
Fine, I'll touch you later. Don't worry.
Oh, that's good for me. Like,
Oh man, now that I know my flaw, I need to give you all nicknames now.
Chicken Slayer.
Paul's definitely gonna be Richie.
The cock blocker.
Richie or
I feel like when we go back to town, something's going to happen. Like,
Oh, definitely.
Oh
We're
yeah, definitely, 100%.
we're not going to be welcome.
Well, they'll probably
Or-
have
or
an
overly welcome.
ambush. They'll probably have an ambush ready for us because we have some of the cleanest water in the whole area.
Yeah, and a cart full of loot.
Well, we vacated the last resident in this area, so we should properly, what was it called? Confiscate and the fuck is the other thing?
Oh no.
We should occupy this area. Yeah.
I've got like issues with this place, like calling it home, or at least like a safe zone, because those traps can go off at any moment. We don't know. We don't understand them well enough.
All right, I feel like we have food for at least 10 days. We could just spend some time here and just learn everything we can. My only problem is there's other treasure hunters coming here. We only got here first because Vavaris had the scoop about it. A very cautious player, turns
And
out.
are we cool with like murdering other treasure hunters? Because we could, if we were in this place and we wanted to, we could. We could spend a week here, and
I feel like we are good with other treasure because treasure hunters are assholes and we're assholes.
Yeah.
we could put a sign outside.
Don't come in here. Purple
Just like
worm.
just genuinely like
Yeah, like
This-
treasure's
this
been
place-
taken. This is a new
yeah.
base.
this place has been taken. Do not enter.
And if they make it through the dungeon and find nothing, it's their own fault. We place a sign.
Well, if we stay here for a week, then like it's like we will have to openly murder people.
Open's a strong word, but accurate.
And if that's the kind of party we're going to be, then Barris will murder people.
All right, are we deciding on our evil campaign yet?
Well,
Let's
we
start
need to spend 10 minutes while we wait for our DM to get back. So
To be fair, I don't think that's evil. I think that's just like survival of the fittest, which is exactly the kind of world we're in. It's just like how far do you want to push that?
Well, that's the main thing. How far can we push it?
we give
How far
everyone one
should
day
we?
to live, and if they fuck it up, it's their own fault.
That is a fucking awesome idea.
The one dayers.
Yeah.
The one day is, but better.
Everyone healed, right?
I'm still full health.
How long? Paul, how long does it take for you to get your spell slots back? Is it long rest?
It takes a long rest. This is a week.
Yeah, he said it was
Yeah,
long
but
rest a week.
Is that how long it takes you to get your spells back? Or can you like some classes can roll
Huh.
to get a certain amount of spell slots back a day?
You're asking the wrong person.
I'm
All
asking Dan. I'm asking Dan.
All right. I'm a cleric. My spells are dailies, so I have to wait. No, but that's different here.
That's what I mean.
Well, basically, from what I'm understanding, anything short ends up taking a whole day. Anything long ends up taking a whole week.
No, but a short rest isn't the same as a day. Short rest is an hour.
Yeah,
Right?
well, you still don't recharge.
No, we're
you can
playing
still
gritty,
rest.
so it is a day.
So an hour turns into a day, right?
Yeah, an hour of short rest is like what would have been an hour in regular D&D is now a day in this D&D.
So that's a
So you-
short rest.
So you
Yeah.
get all your shit back.
Yeah.
That's not long.
I mean, for a short rest, for long rests, that's fairly.
Yeah, but I'm saying he doesn't need a week to get his spell, his like heals
Oh,
back.
Are all of those short rests or long rest ones? I thought it was long rest.
Oh, here it is. No, that's regain.
Yeah, you can change your prepared spells at the end of a long rest. So I guess you could change from what you can heal on that, but I think you get your spell slots back at the end of a short rest.
Where are you seeing this?
Page 58.
Okay.
Also, you heal for what? 1d8 plus 5?
Yeah.
Is your wisdom plus 5?
Yes.
Are you? Oh, it is? Okay, never mind.
My wisdom is +5, so I'm assuming that was my ability modifier.
Yeah, it's just your ability modifier. I was curious if you were adding proficiency bonus or not.
No.
Yeah,
Which-
you don't.
I had a double read to make sure. Go to page, what was it?
You regain all expended spell slots when you finish a long rest. 58.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. What's worse is like you don't even get to choose new spells every day to
No.
cast. So
That's
I guess you chose 3 cure wounds and you got your other gun. That's why I've been careful about raging.
yeah, we have to wait a week for me to heal again.
Yeah.
I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it.
Like
That's exactly.
That's why I was really glad when he said someone else had picked a caster, because I was like, we need one, but man oh man, is it not going to be fun just stabbing things without an actual ability score.
because
Yeah.
I was thinking like, okay, a day for short rest and long rest, but like spells gotta come back sooner because we need healing, but well shit.
Yeah.
This is why I'm glad both of my I got second wind and action surge, and they're both short rest ones.
So I walked away. Like, did we figure out how?
Paul can't heal for a week now.
Is that how it works?
Yep.
It's a long
If
rest.
we're going by his rules, then yes, a week would have to be until I can heal one more time, but that's it.
Well, wait, you healed me, you, Ben, and Rodolfo last session.
Yep.
You have 4 spell slots, right?
I have 5 spell slots.
How do you have 5? Oh, you're level 2.
Yep.
I keep thinking we're level 1. I keep thinking it works like in Pathfinder where you get 2.
Oh, we're level 2. Pathfinder's stupid.
I wonder if there's another way for us to regain hit points,
Well,
medicine or anything like that.
Yeah,
Maybe
we
like a
could find
daily,
like a,
daily D6 or something.
there's a herbalism kit, but that's like 1d6 and you have to pass a medicine check, which I at least know I'm not very good at.
I can pass medicine checks, but I don't have anything to heal with medicine. I have a +5 in medicine.
Yeah, we
You
need
got
to
herb-
find
you
an
got
herbalism kit.
No, I got a tinker's tool. Tinker and thieves tools. That's
Ooh,
what I
why
got.
didn't you take the herbalism?
Because he told me I had to choose one of the tool sets, and if I wanted to like help people with their weaponry, I had to take tinkers.
The thieves' tools?
I don't know why I have thieves tools. It just comes with entertainer, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh no, proficient. No, yeah. It comes with the thieves. It comes with the entertainer.
Well, herbalism kits aren't that expensive. It's just the problem of finding an actual store.
I mean, if I don't think he's gonna allow me to switch like thieves. I don't need thieves tools. I'm gonna take an herbalism.
Oh, we could just do it in game, like if it comes up. That's
Well,
handy.
the problem is we
Everybody
don't have
has
any
the hermit
stores.
background. We're good.
We don't have a store anywhere near us. We have a tavern, and then we have days travels to other places.
Yeah, I'm talking about like future because we're obviously going to take at least a day's rest,
I think
which
it's
is
yeah.
which is
Here
it's-
though?
No, it takes a day to get back, so it's still our rest.
I
If
wouldn't want to rest in this place though. Like, there's bodies in the next room. I mean, shit.
That's
Put our
okay.
sleeping- We just put our sleeping bags at the entrance and hope nobody comes in here.
It's okay. The camels will protect us.
Huh.
I know trolling. You're trolling the camel lover. I know. I got it.
We all love the camels, man.
No, we're totally in love
In
with
fact,
the camel.
I was thinking about feeding the camels.
I just realized something.
Mm-hmm.
He gave me my spell slot back when I created water.
Why
As
does
we're
it create water a cantrip?
No, it's a spell. Well, it's a level spell.
Oh.
Really?
He was like, yeah, you can do it and bring it back. Yeah.
I think he thinks it's a cantrip.
Yeah, because it's a cantrip in Pathfinder and most of the other ones.
Yeah, I highly think he thinks it's a cantrip, so that's why
Okay.
you can do it whenever.
It's a
DM rules final.
It's a cantrip. Shh.
Well, maybe he thought maybe you can make less gallons for it to be a cantrip.
I filled up a barrel.
Yeah, but I mean, like, how much can you make? Let me check.
I can make create water is it's 10 gallons of water.
Oh, jeez. You can also use that to destroy water.
Mm-hmm.
You could ruin that well.
I could.
In a week, though.
In a week, I could do that. Fuck you guys. I'll be back in a week. Then you'll be sorry.
Yeah, and after a week, you just ruin 40 gallons of water.
Then I'll be back another week. Why does he keep attacking us in weekly bursts? Don't worry about it.
Yeah. I mean, as long as they don't pull more than 50 gallons, you're eventually gonna hurt them.
What do you want to talk about?
Sweet, sweet camel love.
I think
I don't think you're legally allowed to own those camels anymore.
I think that informant in the town said that once we're done with this, he has more information on something else. Did he say that?
No.
I swear he said something like that.
Yeah,
I mean, it would be beneficial if he did say that, but I don't think he did. I think he just said that there's other people that are going to come here. And that was the last information we got from him. That's why I went to the tavern to get more information on these other people, but there was no other information.
I feel like that town's shady, but we could probably trade there.
So there is also there's buttloads of stuff we can get out of here, right? I don't think we're going to get it in one trip, right?
That's true.
Yeah, but the closest thing is that town, and they were eyeing us up just because they knew we had water. I'm sure we could take most of the people in that town.
We could take them in a week. We have to plan it weekly events, guys.
So
So basically, what you're telling me is that our weekly games are actually physically done in real time. Cool.
If that were, we could. What?
they can be.
All right. So now that you're back, we have a question about my spell slots.
Yeah.
They come back in. All right. So they're written as your spells come back daily, and we're trying to decide: is daily in game one day, or are we doing the long rest is a week?
They're supposed to spell slots recover after long rests.
Yeah. So can I chime in here? I don't know if this is your ruling as a GM, but what we did with short and long rest when we were doing this before is the short and long rest all obey the same time. All abilities do. Just the time intervals of healing change, right? So, because long rest is meant to emulate like old D&D, and old D&D, you did get your spells back, but you just got like 1 hit point a day or whatever. So because otherwise it's like really impossible to play if you don't get your spell back for a week. So we played, and this is, of course, it's all up to the GM's ruling, but we played that you still had to like sleep for a reasonable amount of time and all that, blah, blah, blah.
He's the
Yeah,
GM.
no. I'm playing in an old setting in a 1E game, and I know how the rest system works in that game.
Sorry, I was just throwing out there because we argued about this forever in another game and found something that worked, and I was not trying to boss anybody. I was just trying to.
I know. And the premise for this setting is that it is a low magic, gritty setting, which is why I opted for this gritty resting system. So a day is a short rest, and a week is a long rest where you get back all your spells and all your abilities, like Barbarian's Rage.
Ooh.
Gino, you post too many gifs in the chat that it's slowing the chat down.
So
I'm trying to scroll up for 2 minutes now.
So that also affects characters like Barbarians, where you don't recover your Barbarian's Rage unless you are taking long rests.
Yep, that's why I've been trying not to use it.
He's a very chill barbarian, okay? He likes to spread his rage out.
But at the same time, there's no as far as right now, you guys don't have any time constraints. So long resting and short resting and time isn't really an issue at this moment. So if you want to take a long rest in this place, it's very fortified, and activating the traps would be pretty easy to do. So resting here for a week would be pretty easy. And at least from how the dwarf explains it, probably pretty lucrative if you play your cards right.
All right, but you when you wrote abilities and spell recoveries according to normal resting rule methods, we'll go according to normal rule methods. So I still have to just wait a day for my spells?
You can reselect new spells after a day, but you don't recover spell slots.
But you wrote spell recover.
Well, I mean, it's still a long rest, and a long rest is still now a week.
All right.
Yeah.
So I've got a question here. A key thing that you had in like old edition D&D was you got yourself some fucking hirelings to fucking man and watch camp, to kind of help play with that. Is that something that we could do? And
yeah.
like somebody could be on downtime if they really got their ass handed to them and other people didn't want to wait, because that's like, or not didn't want to wait. Like sometimes you couldn't, and so like you'd have one of the characters like have to like post up and camp and like, you know, be there with, you know, hirelings to kind of just watch camp and stuff like that.
Yeah, by all means. I mean, hirelings is kind of a loose term in Kormin, because you can't really pay them with money because it doesn't have much value here. Though you could barter for people's services or provide for them. Most people will work under you if you provide them food and water.
I think in terms of like what we're actually going to do now, I think we need to repair the cart, like put it back together again, and Varys at least is going to start hauling things out of the dungeon into back of the cart, like securing it.
Okay.
Plus he can take like it would take the obviously I think he knows like weapons and armor well, so he would take like the most like the better stuff first, obviously, until
yeah, Sasha helps you carry it out.
Cool.
Yeah.
And you notice that she has she's same thing as who is it? Martin? Martin is Gino's character?
Yep.
So same thing as Martin knows. You notice that she's fairly strong, and she looks her muscle mass makes her look weaker than Martin, but she's for as long as you know of Martin, she seems to be carrying more than him.
So I imagine this takes like a few trips, like at least like so maybe on like the second or third. Varys would look to Sasha and just say, and notice that her physique is good and things, and he'd say, "What place did you grow up to make you so strong, so adept?"
Well, I was raised in Kormin. I mean, I was born in Kormin, but I was raised in the north with the dwarves. And though they told me I couldn't train with them. Another worker, he taught me how to work like one of them. And I don't know, I guess I'm just tougher than other humans.
He nods and he says, "Traveled Kormin for some time."
When I was younger, yeah.
And now?
I've only been back for about a year. It's definitely turned for the worse.
So, a quick question: if you had a connection to the dwarves, why did you run afoul of this guy, the dwarf, in this hold so badly?
Well, probably because he was crazy.
Yeah. Okay. Got it.
I mean, that's my first guess. He's a lone cannibal who's supposedly been here for a really long time, all by himself.
Okay.
It begs the question, Sasha. Why come back at all?
Well, I mean, treasure, obviously. I bet I'm considering how you found me. I'm sure that at least one of you knows how valuable these treasures are. You make one trip back to the city with these kind of treasures and scrap heaps, and well, that can set you up for life.
Sort of smiles under his under his hood, and he says, "Yeah, I can appreciate a businesswoman."
So I decided to, well, for lack of a better term, hook up with a bunch of eager men who were pretty easy to manipulate into doing this. I promised them a chance at a good life with some of the dwarves that I knew, and they followed me here. Though the other one, to my dismay, the one's hubris, seemed to somehow bond them to him, and he led them to their demise.
Seems you manipulated the wrong men.
Seems. So I'll have to be more careful with who I manipulate and not manipulate.
He like audibly laughs, and then just like gets back to carrying the goods.
Okay. So those two are loading up the wagon. What's everyone else doing?
Just FYI, I healed everyone with me. You weren't here. I healed Varys, Rodolfo, Roach, and myself.
Okay, so all your spell slots are done for.
I have one more spell slot.
Yeah, okay.
should we try and do anything to anything that we don't take out of the stores, like the armor, all this stuff, anything that we don't, should we try and like re-trap this place? Should we try and secure it? Should we, I mean, as much as I hate this idea, split the party and go to Kormin, sell some stuff, come back?
Kormin's the country.
Or sorry, what is the town? Barter Town.
You came from nomads, homads.
Right. What do you think, guys? How, I mean, if we walk away, we have to assume that we're walking away, right? I mean, I'm not necessarily opposed to that idea, but I'm just trying to figure out how much we can juice out of this finance-wise.
I feel like, as Richard, I feel like we should all go together. And if things start turning south, we at least have a better chance of fighting together.
Right. I agree.
Whoever comes to this place after we leave, there's not much to take back. We could just place back the stone or what, like opened up the walls and reset traps to stop people from getting to the armory.
Can we do some sort of like appraise roll or something like that to try and take the best we can out of here? You know what I mean? Like I assume that the armor above, you know what I mean? GM, other people, do you agree with trying to do that?
I mean, all the armor in here is going to be half value. And I'm just going to round about and say that there's probably about 3,000 gold worth of gear here.
Okay. So,
and you manage, and without overburdening your wagon, sorry, you can manage to stick about 2,200 of that golden weight on there. And I'd say there'd be more, but you of course have to worry about all your bodies and then your food and water.
The only problem we have is like gold isn't worth anything. So
Gold
it's just
isn't
goods.
worth anything here.
Yeah, like we'd have to
Goods is
go
worth
like
here, though.
What's worth it? Sorry.
Goods is worth something here. Things that you can barter with.
Yeah, it's just what you barter with. Do we barter goods to get goods, or do we barter goods to get favors?
Both.
Yeah.
Now, the other question is, if we take the time to go all the way back outside of this like region, sell all this stuff and get the money, do we want to continue treasure hunting as characters? Because technically, what Sasha said, we would be set for life. Yes, there's going to be other things that happen, but as characters, do we keep going? If so, we could buy supplies and just come here to trade and start doing other things. Because all in all, we are treasure hunters.
I mean, we're treasure hunters, but we should totally take a break when necessary.
Right.
Hmm.
I'm not saying like we can end the campaign here, but I'm trying to decide, do we go? Because we'll be set for a good time. We can use that money to come back with stuff to trade, and trade will lead us to other things.
Yeah, we
I
could
mean-
go from. Oh,
I was thinking maybe we could. Technically speaking, we could make a little, what was it, trading company if you wanted to do it that way. Then
I do want to do it that way, but no one wanted to do it with me.
I mean, I'm up for like making a little.
Because then we would have to.
Let's make a little Silk Road. What was it? I don't know that reference at all, says Martin. Anyway.
The question is like, how difficult is it to get to one of these like main like fringe cities?
Okay. So as I said when we were first starting, it takes a month. So 31 days to get from Nomad's Homad to any of the other countries that are neighboring. 30 days to get to Unistak. So you can get there in 30 days of travel, and of course any travel that you need to get to any of the towns and the cities there. It's a long journey, one that you guys technically don't have enough food or water to make.
We have 10 days worth of food. From me, I have 10 days worth of rations.
Okay, so you guys won't make the trip in a single go. You guys would have to stop somewhere. And the closest place is from Nomad's Homad, or where you guys are, is Sune's Dune or Cargo Bay.
Well, no, I mean, I was kind of insinuating towards actually opening a company and trying to set up trade routes. Like actually hiring some people to do that for us while we continue searching for treasure.
Yeah, that is a great idea, but now it looks like we're going to have to get back to even set up that stuff because we need to trade the stuff for money.
Go to a city first, but yeah.
Yeah,
There's no cities.
yeah,
The closest city's a month away.
No, he said country is a month away.
there's no functioning cities in Kormin.
Yeah.
I would actually go in my way and say there's no cities in Kormin. There's no towns. They're all just kind of tribes at this point.
Well, what's the closest affluent tribe?
Like I said, it's the closest ones from where you guys are is Nomad's Homad, which you guys came from. Sune Dune, which is apparent from what you've heard is a crazed following of followers of Sune, goddess of beauty, and a place called Cargo Bay, which is actually a place that has a ship that goes to the Dwarven city and it can actually go around the coast.
I feel like that's the best bet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, like, imagine like the closer you get to these like huge like cities, the more fruitful these places are going to be. Like, the better guarded they're going to be. Like, they'd probably be like a council, not like a city, but like I imagine these places are going to be like at least half decent run.
I mean, we could technically set up a branch in each of these tribes, depending on if we found someone trustworthy enough.
It's just the fact I just can't imagine that they're going to be like too happy about like foreigners just like walking into their town and being like, "We found some stuff."
Yeah, but especially since the first town did not like that.
Yeah, like, oh, we're going to buy that shop, and now we're cool.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, like,
I think we're like,
how else are they gonna get anything else? Like, are they just gonna waste away? No, they're still gonna have to have some kind of trade. So
yeah, not from us.
Well, that's the thing. Getting in on the inner circle on that.
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
I've got
Well,
one.
yeah. That dwarven one sounds like a good idea, though.
Yeah, that was the one thing I wanted to toss out. Is that this lady has some sort of connection with the dwarf, and we have 2 artifacts. I'm wondering if there's any benefit to returning their
of dwarven dog tags.
I passed that to Varys. Hey Varys, I found these in like a little like hidden compartment over here. Since you're local, here, take a look at these. See if you see anything that pops out. I can read the dwarven, but it doesn't really mean much because I wasn't from here. I don't know if this will actually yield anything, but I'm just gonna do it for.
So, who is the one with the dwarven soldier background?
That'd be me.
Oh,
So,
even better.
he kind of mentions it and starts handing it off to Varys, but you can make me a history check at advantage. Varys, you can make me a history check.
I've got the mercenary background. Is that going to help?
Depends. Roll me a history check.
18.
Probably not. What's history? Yeah, 10.
So you know that they're tags. Obviously, they're soldiers for some company. Though you don't recognize them to any mercenary groups. Roach, you know that by looking at them, you know that they're a engineering unit that belongs to one of the armies in the cities, in the Dwarven city, in Dune Varshak. Not the one that you came from, though, but another one nearby. And you know that dwarves are sentimental to their clans, and if you can find the clan that these dwarves belong to, they might pay handsomely for it.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Awesome.
If they don't pay you handsomely, then they will find some way to reward you. Typically.
Yeah. He'll come up and like grab one of these. Yeah. Guess he wasn't lying about the king sending him. These are engineers.
Interesting. So, do you happen to know the actual clan?
Off the top of my head, not really, but
Yeah.
it wouldn't be that hard to find them. On top
The
of that, they
clan
really like these
is
bags.
called the Copperpipe clan.
You do know. You're so smart.
Yeah. Copper blood.
Cool. All right. Well, we've got another, essentially a dwarven artifact there too. So yeah, even more reasons to go to the dwarven side. Maybe we can get the dwarves to set us up with our own trade company.
Yeah. I mean, even if they don't pay us, they can at least give us some stuff or set us a nice little house up.
I mean, and if they don't pay us, we can get at least passage on the ship, go trade the stuff in, and bring trade into this group and start hiring people and things like that.
I mean, the dwarves we've met so far are so well.
They are.
They're kind of assholes.
As the Roomba passes us as it goes through the halls cleaning the blood.
The dwarves
Geniuses,
room.
but assholes.
Yeah, well,
So that's our moniker now. Geniuses but assholes.
Yep.
Maybe not for you guys.
So
The smart
now that we have
assholes.
a plan, what do with
I kind of ask, hey Sasha. So we're probably gonna head towards the Dwarven lands, or at least in that direction, the Dwarven tribes. Are you going to be heading that way?
Well, it's not really that
Ha!
hard.
She responded to it. Anyway, my bad.
Well, it's kind of hard. You're looking right at her.
I know, right?
She says, well, it's not exactly the greatest idea to run around by myself. So I think staying with you guys is the smartest idea.
yeah, that's.
what is your take if you like Sasha, if you had the choice, where would you like to go?
Well, from what I remember, Cargo Bay trades with the Dwarfs City and other coastal tribes fairly regularly. So I don't see why we couldn't go there and make a deal with them.
Is there a dwarf enclave there?
No, I don't think so. I think the dwarves don't want anything to do with Kormin anymore.
Yeah. Our best move is just to find enough food to make the trip to Dwarfland, right? He looks around.
She says, well, I am quite capable of finding food.
I mean, Cargo Bay doesn't sound bad either, though. It's along the way.
Can we do a quick pause here? Like
Sure.
soft 5 or whatever, or I'm gonna jump out if I'm good to go wherever. So whatever you guys decide, I'm okay. I just need to chat with somebody here for a second, and I also want to grab a smoke real quick. What time do you guys think we are done?
We will be done in 30 minutes if we go back last week's.
Okay, cool. All right, cool. Girlfriend's talking about ordering pizza, and I want to get a time frame here. I'll be back in just a second.
Okay.
I mean, you gotta give us pizza.
I can appreciate that, to be fair.
we can end soon if that's what everyone wants.
I think we have an idea of what we're gonna do.
Yeah, so we've got a vague
Yeah.
direction now.
And a long rest. Absolutely.
So do you want to? You can't long rest and journey at the same time.
I was thinking more like we kick it. You said it was like pretty fortified. We could do that easily.
Yeah, and maybe profit if some adventurers show up.
Yeah.
And get killed on the traps.
It's not our fault, technically.
Man, you're bad for doing this. Let's do
It
it.
is technically an evil act, but fortunately we're not in the UAG. I don't have to worry about making anyone evil.
I have a question.
Exactly
of
why.
what
That's
you said.
exactly why. When we were thinking about, or some of us suggested this, I was like, all right, so when are we? So we're starting our evil campaign here, then, huh?
I have a question that you just said. What did you mean when we can't rest even though we're traveling?
Well, it's a pretty active task. You guys
Travel.
are carrying a heavy load now. So you guys will have to take active parts in helping get the camels unstuck or the wagon unstuck. And there will be just environmental challenges. I mean, if you're lucky and I don't roll something 7 times in a row for random encounters, then by all means, you guys will get a long rest. But the odds of me rolling not a random encounter in 7 rolls is pretty low.
Work.
Yeah, and then we'd have to wait a whole nother week because it was interrupted.
Well, I mean, we are staying here let's just stay here for a week.
Yeah, there's nothing to worry about. You guys stay here a week. Like I said, Sasha is more than capable of providing food and water for all of you guys.
Oh, she nice.
She's got the Wanderer feature. So if somebody else happens to have that feature, then you both go out and collect enough food and water.
To be fair, there are like dead bodies hanging, and they're refrigerated.
I'm not gonna eat
All
any of
of
that.
them
No, thank
refrigerated?
you. Nope. Nope.
You said they were cool.
I'm
They were
going to
cool.
pull them out and burn them.
Okay, so he burns your human food.
Under protest.
Nope. Yep. I will take your protest under advisement.
I will sacred flame with it. Burn.
Burn, baby, burn.
Well, Rodolfo is gone, so I'm going to eat a camel.
you know, I don't even think we need to. He just did it.
I think that feeds enough for a month, right? Yeah, I think, or at least a week.
Okay, I'm back. Where are we going?
Oh, we just ate
Oh,
the
nothing.
camel.
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
All right, never mind.
So you guys take a long rest and burn the bodies. And
Yeah, I took the bodies and burnt them because that is nasty.
yeah, they are cool, but they're not like sealed or refrigerated, so they do eventually become moldy as they just hang there.
I mean, we've already seen some zombies. I don't care for any more to come out somehow.
Fair enough, man. Oh. So there we go. A week goes by, and between Sasha and, well, pretty much just her, unless somebody else has the Wanderer feature from
Nope.
the Outlander background.
The what?
The background Outlander.
Oh, nope.
So I guess it's just her.
Mhm.
So between her and Richard providing water, you guys managed to sustain yourselves for a week. And no adventurers come by, no monsters stop by, and no freaky weather or earthquakes. And after a week, you guys level up.
Neat.
Neat. Do we roll for HP?
Nope, it's maxed.
Nice.
Cool.
After healing any kind of wounds that you had, and like I said, your neck fully heals. There's no infection from the critical hit from that crossbow that you took.
He's got a cool scar though, right?
I imagine it's not a scar, it's just a giant hole.
It's more like a welt. Like it's kind of like a scar, but it's just kind of like this smooth hole. And after that week, I presume you guys will be journeying to Cargo Bay.
Yep.
I have a class feature to figure out a decision to make, and I haven't read up on the 3 class features.
Mm-hmm.
Other people do, right? Aren't you guys having to make decisions at 3rd level?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, big decision.
I think the only one that won't have to is Paul.
What?
He gets to pick spells.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, he picked his domain at 1st level. Unlike
He
us.
didn't pick Forge, did he? I'm kidding.
No. No.
I ran a game and it had 3 fucking Cleric of the Forges, and I'm like, you fucking for real right now? Why are you guys like this?
'Cause we live to make you feel pain.
You know,
So
Are we calling it? Or what's going on?
we can journey there after. We can make that where we start.
Okay. That's fine.
Is that easier for everyone?
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, so you've cleared your first dungeon and you've mildly recruited Sasha, more like out of a need for survival than anything. And you will be heading to Cargo Bay, where you'll be heading north. Well, hopefully you'll be heading north to Dune Farshek, the dwarven country above Kormin, to find a dwarven city to sell your relics and hopefully profit from those dog tags that you found. And with that money, you guys plan on investing into a trade company to continue your rambunctious ways and delving into more dungeons. As seems to be accurate so far, unless I'm not right. Unless I'm missing something.
That's pretty much the plan. Yeah.
I think if we actually like establish a trade company, then we should get more shit to trade.
Yeah, I'm wondering about like water. I mean, it's heavy, but we already know that it's a valuable commodity.
We don't have to worry about water. We've got the purest water from Richard.
We've got grade A Alaskan pure H2O.
but it seems like we'd be able to get if we get that water and bring it back, we could make profit off that, right?
It's potential.
Okay. Now, one other question here. So does somebody have, do we want to add the treasure to this? We haven't divided it up, right? I mean, do we want to like divide most of it up and like put some in a pool to establish the company, that we all have like a share in or so? I'm down for that idea. Right.
I feel like it should just all go into like starting the company.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's my thoughts anyway.
I'm down for that. If anybody needs anything personally, can people take out a draw on that? I mean, I don't think I do, but I'm not sure yet.
I think if you need if you need a weapon or armor, why not?
Cool. All right.
Cool.
All right. So with that, I'll end the broadcast. So, yeah.